Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin Olsen and Zorma, and this is Slay the Princess. And we're on our second route still now. And I tried to do the Spectre again, but then I realized as I was doing it, like you can't. They block you out of trying to do that all the options we do to get the Spectre again. So I'm just going to go with these options now and see where it takes us. So I'm going to say I'm not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
So there's a possibility that, I wonder if there is something that's tricking us here.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
I agree.
I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
Yeah, if she's dead, why wouldn't we check it? What's the problem? Shouldn't we be able to check it?
I told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check for a pulse. Yeah, we'll check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse.
Oh my god.
Even though you know you're not going to find one.
Yeah, but why do you not want us to do this then?
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive?
This bickering.
You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
I'm so nervous about this though as well. Oh god.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, that's a pulse. That is a pulse.
That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
Yeah, that's what that was.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh my god, the different routes in this game are insane. All the different things you can do. There's so many different options.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy.
Oh my god. It's so crazy. This is one of the few games that makes you excited to die sometimes. Because you're like, yeah, new options, new story, new route, It's so interesting because again, you'd learn more about this character, right? But there's also, even though you get excited about new options, right? There's still this feeling of oh my god, I messed up, right? There's this combo of yes, I'm going to get to see new things. It's exciting. What are we going to see? But there's also this is really harrowing. You know what I mean? So it's really this complicated feelings that we're feeling as we're playing this game.
Let's get out of here. It's too
Jesus,
late for that
look
now.
at her.
You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Oh my god, she had something planned. And look at her she's so feral.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
Oh my god, yeah, but she's happy. She's happy.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Sure. Honestly though, it's so crazy how many different routes there are, and all of them are surprising, all of them are shocking, all of them have some meaning to them.
See you around.
You were so
she's fading.
close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you.
Honestly, narrator, you were wrong about her being dead. You were wrong about it.
Whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Razor. The Razor?
You're on a path. You're here.
What does it even mean? Who are we with this time as well, though? What's the voice gonna be?
A warning. Before you go any further. She will lie. He couldn't be more on the
cheated.
money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
So voice of the cheated, not a cheater. Voice of the cheated, someone who feels like they're cheated out of something. We could be more than the money. We're really doing this time. We could say it's your loss, but I'm stuck here with you. They feel like they're cheated by being here?
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Sure.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Terrifying. Proceed to the cabin. So the voice of the cheated, let's try and get a grasp on who this is as well, and how they're going to change the kind of story as well going forward.
The interior
Jesus
of the cabin
Christ.
is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards.
Oh
Their
my
splintered
God.
edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Sure, but again, we tend to not try and not take it to see what options we can get her out of here. So we might keep going with that for now, because again, eventually what's gonna happen is I wanted this game to be something that I can go back to maybe like, you know, a couple of months down the line as well. I feel like that might be fun as
Are
well.
we really doing this without a weapon? You know she has one, right?
We do, yeah. The door is just off its nearly off its hinges here. Is the rest of it gonna be destroyed as well?
The door
Oh my
to the
god.
basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs.
It's almost like
The
teeth.
fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and
Like
violently
monster
jammed into
teeth.
the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality
Like
to
blood?
it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Scraping?
Oh,
She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
and you can feel it when she does it as well.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
So grating is something, when someone has a grating voice, it's usually that they're like quite annoying. It's like something where you're like, it's like you hang out with them and you're like, ah. Like every time they open their mouth, it just like gives me a headache. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
There's something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
So the voice, so the cheated is like, he's like, oh, I think they think you're better than us. So I wonder if he's like already acting like scorned in a way. Like look at the way he's talking. He's like, oh, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put an act. Like he's already kind of like, oh, like I'm already like upset with the world and everything around me. Let's see what she's gonna look like.
As you
Whoa.
descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view,
Yeah.
her sharp eyes following you from across
But
the
like
room.
it's such a narrow way, isn't it?
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. But again, he's not wrong when he says this. That like there is an idea that like yes, he could be like that. She's trying to like stop us and like she's trying to she's letting she's trying to get us to let her guard down. But I think the voice of the cheated is trying to do this thing where he's trying to be like and him not trying to be, but to him, everyone's out to get you. Everyone's trying to hurt you, right? And maybe in this sense, it's like oh, if you fall for this, like I'm not falling for this anymore because I've been cheated before.
Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask
And
is
the narrator
already
loves
slipping.
him.
She knows why you're here.
The narrator loves him.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
The voice. We need a close up on this character. If I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me, are you? Do you remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. Yeah, that's good, right? That's a good option.
A knife? What are you talking about?
Oh my
You
God.
don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
She literally sounds as she's making fun of us, right?
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you.
Oh, come on.
You haven't given me a reason
come on.
to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Yeah, but the way you said that makes it sound very bad.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone today.
But like, and again, he's kind of thinking about it in this way as well. But like, they look at their eyes as well, the way they're shifting to the
Sounds like
side.
she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
You say that. You say that. Prove it then. Prove you don't have a knife, please. Please.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you.
no.
But I don't have one, so I can't.
That's such an effed line of thinking.
The princess smiles as
Okay.
she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Okay. The music here as well.
But look at this. Hands. Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you
She's so,
with.
it's almost like an air of sarcasm that's like mixed with like a personality of sincerity. It's so strange.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too.
Oh my
Look
god.
at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
I kind of love her. I kind of think she's amazing. Let's see. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key. I don't have a weapon. Is that a sign of goodwill?
Yes. Yes, of course. Haven't you seen that I've
Oh,
only
no.
been nice to you since you got here?
Has she? Her words have been fine, but her general attitude's been weird and extremely suspicious. And I think that's what really counts.
I get what he's saying. I do get what he's saying, you know, but I kind of think she's actually, like, hilarious.
This shouldn't even be a question. She absolutely has not been nice to you.
Oh, she's been sweet. She's a sweetheart. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, narrator? I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find
no.
the key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
She has a point.
Absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels...
I kind of think
threatening.
she's amazing. I don't know. She's just, like, so crazy.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
So there is like I don't know, I think this interaction is very strange because it feels like I don't know, it's more agreeable to the narrator, but also at the same time we're seeing like, you know, kind of the cracks in that like potential friendship between him and the cheated. You're mad at me, I think we just need to let bygones be bygones. What happened after you died last time? What about honest each other I sent here to stop you from ending the world? Nobody has to die. Okay, what are you going to do? You know what? Let's try it. Let's just try it. It's gonna be crazy. I'm not trying. No, let's try it. Let's try it.
Of course I won't.
I've been doing this entire game. It's been my MO.
Against your better judgment,
she looks sweet.
You walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess. I don't like the way you said within arm's reach.
Ah, yeah, but look, she's a sweetheart. What could she do?
You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Mm-hmm.
Whose meat? Not ours.
Oh God,
right?
hero, not a great line. What the hell? I mean, it's a great line, but you know what I mean to say when you just die.
Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically.
She has a machete. What the hell?
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
It literally was a part of her freaking arm. What?
You're going to die now.
What the hell?
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
It can't be that simple. Our first chapter 3! She had a blade in her freaking arm. This is our first chapter 3.
You're on a path in the woods.
Sure.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have
And the
to keep
cheater's here
doing this
too.
over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Oh my God. The cheater's actually like a very interesting character as well. Because he's just like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not getting cheated again. I've been cheated before. I'm not having this happen again.
You're what? The interior of the cabin is
Oh,
sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered
Yeah, it's so
sheet
different, but he
metal
literally just started us in the
pushing
cabin.
towards- Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
He literally sent us somehow to the cabin.
I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I?
Oh no.
Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
So his fear of being cheated again and the potential of being cheated sent us here to the cabin. And the cabin is in like a weird shape as well.
Who cares about cards? You're all acting like this is about
Contrarian.
winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun.
He's like, dude, don't even worry about it. Like, it's about, oh God, we have contrarian and we have the cheated here in one space.
Is this fun for
The
you?
broken?
It's not fun for me. I don't like being sliced to pieces.
Wait, how many more voices are here?
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes.
This
and
is
an
so interesting to
entire
me.
world is damned to destruction.
So not only
Right?
did we get sent to this new area, like usual, we're in the first ever chapter 3. we're in a whole new area that looks like a jagged area of jagged, sharp edges and glass almost, and the forest was even different. But now the cheated brought us here, was able to bring us here, but there's also other voices with us as well, other than the cheated and the hero and the narrator.
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the
The
world.
broken obviously is someone who's already like destroyed, is already like given up. They're too hurt to keep going with all this stuff.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it.
Wait.
Okay, sure. You take the blade before letting me
cheat is
finish
just
telling
going
you
for
what's
it.
there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. And then we throw it out the window.
Okay. This is so interesting to me, all the different voices.
What? That blade is the only edge we have. We are not. Too late, because we already did it, didn't we?
Wait a second, are all the voices narrating the story in their own way?
Fortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world, yes.
All the voices are narrating the story in their own way?
That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things
You're
like
allowed
that.
to do things just like that. You literally just did things like that.
You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only
Oh
one who
my
can figure out
God.
how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it. You're all so mad at each other. I'm
That's a
just going to
poor
sit here
Broken.
quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do.
Honestly, for the best, Broken, to be honest, for the best. I'm very curious to see what this
So,
goes.
Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down
Yeah, there's
there?
no door. I just noticed that now as well, there's no door.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors
What
are,
door?
right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
Wait, so because we are bending reality in some way, we got to a chapter 3, and also now the other voices are like choosing their own adventure as well, or our own adventure. I wonder if it is the case that like they have messed up reality in some way. There is a crevice, like a hole there. Approach the mirror, so it's the only thing we can
Make
do.
your
That's
way to
strange.
the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open.
So the door is a mirror this time?
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying.
No, we look
twice.
beautiful, Broken. Don't worry about it.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean. I thought that was my stomach for a second. No, it's the Broken.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
The music is very like like it's like an investigation, like we're like in someone else's like home looking for clues or something.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good.
Yeah, because he's a contrarian. As soon as the thing was taken away, now he wants it. You know what I mean? He's the type of person that like, you know, will never try the new sandwich that opens up that like, you know, that comes out in the restaurant, but then when it goes away, he's like, now I really want it, you know?
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Let's see what she looks like. That's always the interesting thing, right? And what's the stairs? Oh my god, it's
You
like
step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on
yeah, it's
the
like a
basement
freaking
stairs.
slide.
They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view,
It's still the
wryly
same-
smiling at you from a distance.
Gal.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny. That's a joke. I'm going to kill you now.
No, wait, I can get you out of here.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea.
Contrarian not into it as well. This is making me feel very uncomfortable, to be honest.
That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to
He's just
this.
being a funny guy.
Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window. This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
Literally, by the way. Literally very sharp.
Your internal
my
bickering
God.
is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From
That's
the princess's
horrible.
arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
And so she's free.
You're
Oh
going
my-
to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
No, how about we could talk? I can literally get you out of here.
Alright, I'm out of ideas.
That's
What
so
we doing?
scary. We're fighting her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. I'm going to not let her stab us. We could dodge, right? That's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms, and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to let her stab us. We're going to have some stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let her. No, that's not how it works. Think of something better?
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Hopefully.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
She's hilarious. I'm sorry. She's terrifying, but she's hilarious.
But you don't
Oh,
have
no,
time
no,
to
she's
finish
more
your
disgusting
thought
than
before
hilarious.
She closes the distance. And then she skewers
I thought we
you.
were going to get more options.
Ow.
Very ow.
What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
And there's the skeptic.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
So they're very aware that they get a new voice to us as a whole. We get new people joining us every single time we die. So they're very aware of this.
We'd know if we died. Right? You're on it. No, you're in it. Where the hell are you?
What is this?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Poor Broken got
dead.
dragged into this again, and I feel so bad for him.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think he means how many times have we died? Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
It's very clear they're more aware of this than we even thought they were.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love
If you
that.
you'd be the most amazing princess I've ever met if you weren't so scary with those arms. They're so scary.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many
No.
we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better.
Wait, you're
than
just
her.
trying to collect more voices?
Come on, show me something new.
So these aren't machetes, by the way. They're more like scimitars.
Okay, plan now.
We're fighting her. Obviously, we're going to appeal to her authority. I'm not going to let her. We can. Well, let's try dodging. Let's just try dodging. It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again. Oh my God! Your memory blurs as your conscience leaps from life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Just keep dodging. Just keep
The
dodging.
hunted.
Just keep dodging. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that
I don't know if that's
helps.
going to help.
We just have to hit her.
The stubborn.
She skewers you.
This is so well written. It's so like honestly very depressing. But like it's absolutely like, so well written that it's like mesmerizing. You can't like keep your eyes away from the screen.
More noise isn't helping. It's just making it harder to focus. Compliment her on those gleaming
The smitten,
blades.
oh my God, he's back.
There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Oh, he says you're cute to the smitten.
Doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give
I don't know. It's starting to seem futile. I love
Don't
the
even
style
have a
of this, by the way, as well, with the cutout images and with the squares,
Yeah.
like comic book strips.
Some clod threw it out the window. Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that. Just panic. Flee.
Do you hear this music as well? It's almost like we're in like a factory or something, like something's chasing us. It sounds like a horror movie. The voice of the paranoid as well. Jesus.
No.
What do we do here?
Escape. That's not how this works.
Because like it feels like we're making a choice, but like we made one choice and now we're on this roller coaster of a ride that we can't get off. You know, it's like it's horrible.
See? We lasted a little longer.
Yeah, but cheated, come on.
Barely. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
That, if you can do that, that's fine, Cole, but it doesn't work for me.
Skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. Fine. One last time. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
Look at the face as
I'm
well.
sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you.
There it is again. Jesus Christ.
And then everything goes
We
dark.
literally died 6 more times in that one choice led to 6 more deaths. Chapter 4, the empty... What? What? What?
You're on a... Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from
Oh
here.
my god, the cheat is just taking over as well.
No steel claw, though. Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke.
Guys, I am so amazed by what's happening here. I didn't expect to get a 4th option as well.
If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel.
If you see it that way. So we have to stubborn with this as well now. Like, this is going to get so, like, hard to really comprehend. I think that's the point. It's because there's so many voices around you with so many different personalities that we're not going to be able to get, like, a full-on idea of how we feel even, right? Because there's so many different options coming up that we're going to have to, like, really think, like, what do we want to do in this situation?
Yeah, mind over matter.
Okay, Paranoid.
Who needs violence when you have...
If you call that love smitten, possibly.
Who needs love when you've mastered yourself? Who needs anything when we don't matter? Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is...
We've died, I think,
How
like
about
7
you
times
stick
now.
to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
By the way, I don't have autoplay turned on. I think the cheated is literally interrupting by themselves. I think they're desperately trying to take over this as well.
Yeah, leave it to
I could
the
be wrong though. I
pros.
could have tapped it by accident.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Jesus,
Fine by
man.
me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know.
And like all the voices are like, I actually think this is one of the most interesting. Obviously, it is one of the most interesting things we've ever done in this game. But like even all the voices are like, dude, like we know. Like the narrator like is being stopped in their tracks over and over again because like these voices are like, it's like we've been through so much at this point. We've added so many voices to our party that it's like, well, like what can you do for us at this stage? They're all like talking back to him as if he's like, it doesn't even matter. It's like we know what we're doing. Shut up.
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Sure.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room?
That's what I'm
or
saying.
Anything? It feels like I'm hardly up.
He feels like he's hardly part of this. They are making it so the narrator is like not even like important anymore.
Don't care. Just want to see how this ends.
Oh, she's a
Fine.
way
Make
wider
your way
space
to the
now.
basement, where the princess awaits you.
This music as well.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
Yeah?
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
It's the voice as well that's so, and it's intentionally supposed to make you a little bit nervous about it, right? It's like, why is she's so pleasant, but like the words she's saying are anything but pleasant.
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
But I think the intention is for the game, since it's supposed to be grading, I think it's like supposed to be like adding insult to injury in a way where it's like you are getting killed over and over again, but the freaking like you have to still listen to what the game is like saying is it's not annoying to me, but what the game is telling you is quite an annoying voice. So not only do you have to go through all these circumstances over and over again, but you have to hear the voice of someone who is like almost sounds like they're taunting you. It sounds like they're not taking anything you say seriously. It's like the type of friend that like you don't even know if they're truly listening to you in some ways. Is that what they're trying to get with grading and stuff like this? That's the energy I'm getting. Now I just think she's hilarious. That's why I kind of like her. I think she's so funny. So you have this thing where like it's like you have these multiple personalities inside your head, all these characters that are with you. None of them know a proper solution of how to get out of here. And on top of that, you're also getting reborn into this area where like the princess you're talking to, by the game standards, is supposed to be annoying, right? It's very interesting to look at it that way.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see
Sure,
it?
show me.
I'm not going to wait for an answer.
She's
I'm just gonna
terrifying
show
as
you.
well, though, when she does
It's
this.
worth it, though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Like, how is that not hilarious? I know it's supposed to be grading. I think it's so funny. Like, that dialogue is so well written. Yeah, the narrator feels useless.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to
He's
talk
hurt.
now?
He's hurt by that. He's hurt by what we said earlier.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
And everyone's and the opportunities here as well. It's like what they're saying now is like they wanted so badly to get to see what the ending was like because they've been through so many killings so far, and now that they're here, they're like, well, now we need some help still.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we need some help now.
Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
What is it?
The princess's skin
Oh.
twists, splitting into red blues
Oh.
of raw meat as it stretches and
No.
tears. And then it...
How about no? Oh!
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls.
Dear
All
Lord.
that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats
That is-
furiously in its cage of a chest.
That is one of the that is the most horrifying thing we've seen in this game thus far, in terms of just like being overall disgusting.
Are you ready for what
I'm not
comes
ready for
next?
anything anymore.
Holy shit!
So the grating voice also, quote unquote grating voice, also goes along with the fact that she is literally a grater. She could literally grate you to pieces.
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
And this music's getting more tense and tense. I wouldn't shame you, Smitten, whatever you're into, I suppose.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Because it's so difficult to even go near her, that's why the stubborn thinks she's perfect.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Honestly, like, I love that he's like, well, I threw a knife out before, so I could throw her out.
That looked painful.
The cold is just saying exactly what it looked like.
How is she still alive?
The skeptic's like, I don't believe this.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
And the hunted is saying that this is someone who like can keep going.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all. Just made
The paranoid thinks he's getting tricked.
I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked.
The opportunist is looking for the slight avenue to get out of here.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
The broken is getting more crestfallen.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget
The cheated is sick of being cheated.
All right,
Oh my god, the voice. Empty your mind. Empty your
What
mind.
just happened? It's
But now we're back in the original.
quiet.
The world is no longer jumbled. Oh my god. Him too? The narrator goes too?
Something feels different about
Oh
you.
my God.
It almost makes me feel different.
We're back
like
here.
I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form, and yet it's seemingly nothing for her to crash against. We're nothing. Again and again she swings at you, but there never really was a you to swing at. Oh my.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
What is it? There's never not really a you to swing at, right? Because I guess we're like a combination of all those feelings and perspectives. And since we don't have those perspectives anymore, we're not really existing. The swings again. This time she hits something, or something hits her. She looks down confused, terror as her arm bends and she folds upon herself.
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too?
Is she saying that because we're nothing, then her perspective is skewed as well because she knows nothing else, only us at this moment? So if we're nothing, then she knows nothing, and how does she truly know herself if she can't look through us to look in with herself in a different perspective? Maybe just like the entity does?
No, I'm the one who hurts you.
No, it's because it's her goal, her role in life is I'm the one who hurts you. And since she can't hurt us, she feels like she doesn't have a goal in life anymore. She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her metal body bends outwards. The very contact with you, what you are, repelling her to the point of destruction. The din of shrieking metal subsides, and something small and delicate falls into your hand. It's her heart. It beats gently, calm in your palm. Jesus, oh my God. Wait, is that the hands? Is that her? Well, there's no voice with us anymore, so she's not going to be scared of this. Not another word is spoken. It's time for you to leave your memory, return to approach the mirror. There's no one to stop us from even or even be scared against the mirror. That's such an interesting thing we just encountered there. Holy, what we just encountered was like all of our brain jumbled together, all these perspectives because we died so many times. But I wonder, since because our purpose was to kill us, that we kept repeating that again because that's what she had. And because then we emptied our mind and we no longer have those perspectives, which we no longer have. Like, if you don't have a personality and you don't have all these feelings and these fears and these emotions, then you're nothing, right? You know, I'm not saying that people without emotions are nothing. I'm saying, like, in this world in particular, the perspective is so important in this world that we're playing in right now. In Slay the Princess, perspective is so important. And if you don't have a perspective, you are nothing, right? So I wonder now that when she lost her will to live in her perspective, and that's what happened. She was like, okay, I'm nothing as well then. If I can't kill you, I don't mean anything. It's time for you to see what's inside. Oh, you've unraveled. Such an interesting point there. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. What does it look like from this distance? Oh, it's just the heart. You're at the cabin. Approach her. It's just the heart.
There's a world beyond the endless
Wow.
walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
So interesting.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you want to know? Do you want me to tell you? The trees and stars and their people, I think. A lot of people are supposed to be. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think the world is real? Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing
So what
heart.
that says to me is that she is someone who is... I know the word cruel is there, cruelty. She is someone who will kill you. She's someone who will shatter you to pieces, but there's joy in that aspect of it as well, and she has a joy in living in her purpose. And because of that, yes, she is cruel. She also has this happiness to go along with her cruelty. So the idea of like making for like something that's piercing, when you're piercing something through, it's something that can like get through to things, like piercing eyes, piercing heart. So I wonder if they're saying that this vessel is someone who is devastating, happy, and also it's that type of person that you see that like, you know, there's like something in them. And when they look at you, it does make you like, you know, whoa, you know, like, oh, this person, you know, maybe that's what they're trying to get at here as well.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
So she's saying here that, and we probably heard this before as well, we are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing can exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can exist. So you need, for nothing to exist, it has to have something that ties itself to the world, right? And because nothing literally is impossible, because yeah, it's, how can it exist? Because if you go to talk to someone who says, I am nothing, right? Like it's this thing of like, but how, like, you are something, nothing is something. So even when we were nothing, we were absolutely, in the absence of all this perspective, we were nothing at that point. we still were something. We were a vessel that had the option to help out. Like, we were a vessel ourselves that could have had a personality adapted to us. We were something that was able to do this and bring her this vessel as well. So we still are something, even though we are, quote unquote, nothing. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me, but some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? What's narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Interesting. He does. I know. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
The next time I see you,
Yep.
each of us will
the final one.
finally know what we are. I will be here.
Crazy stuff. We're gonna start off here again, and we're gonna skip forward a bit again. Like, that was crazy, by the way. For me, what happened with that was like just this mind F, this whole thing that was messing with our mind completely and intentionally. So, we were meant to feel like that we had no options until we like cleared our mind. At that point, it wasn't something that was helping us at all. We had to like get rid of all that stuff, or else we wouldn't be able to move forward. So this is a bit of a quick jump. We already did all that we've seen here, but we're making a different choice now with the witch, and it's I don't trust you, not enough to free you, definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving by. So we did in our previous playthrough, we can look at it if you want, we did a full story with the witch.
Very pragmatic. That is why
We're with the opportunists once again.
Abandoning me, are you? Fine then. Run. Tuck your tail between your legs and scamper away.
Miss Witch, sir, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Miss Witch, ma'am, I'm sorry. Miss Witch, Overlord, I'm sorry.
You might be able to escape me, but you can't escape from what you are and what you've done.
Oh my
if I
god.
don't take you, the wilds will.
The wilds will?
You turn to leave, but as you do, there's a deep, guttural groan seemingly uttered by the walls themselves, followed by the creak of wood being stretched beyond its limits.
That's insane, no way.
The cabin starts to get smaller.
The cabin itself is like closing in on us?
What the hell is going on? We're getting out of here and saving our skins. That's what's going on. As the roots that make up the walls of the cramped basement attempt to close in around you, instinct kicks in and you bolt upstairs.
This is so crazy because they had the witch of the forest like using the forest against us. It's a tale as old as time.
The
Are you kidding me?
uneven and lively,
So
creaking as they
cool.
expand out of the dirt floor, the stairway growing smaller and smaller as you dart up towards the light. You manage to squeeze through the door just as the entrance seals itself shut behind you. The cabin is smaller
Look at
than
it.
it was
It's
before,
alive.
and it's getting even smaller and smaller.
It feels alive.
That's fine. We'll just leave. I'm sure you'd like to do that. But unfortunately, there is no longer a front door. The roots have already closed over the only possible exit. What little light peeks through the holes that were once windows is growing weaker as the cabin continues to close in on itself.
This is such a cool but horrifying and like disgusting visual as well, right? Because obviously it's in black and white. You can't see the beautiful, probably like brown wood that usually would be here. So it just almost looks like the wood itself is alive and it looks almost like wriggling.
Shit. What do we do? As your mind races for an answer, you hear the princess's voice crackle up the stairs.
Oh no!
Do you hear that, you loathsome thing? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and
I bet they
squeeze
are.
the life out of you.
Oh my god! And again, even like hearing her voice faintly, that's always like when you can't see her but you hear her, it's almost more terrifying. Sorry guys for sneezing there. Make them stop. You can make them stop, right? We're not animals, we're people. We can work this out. We can make things better. I take it all back. I can help you get out of here. You and I can work together. Give up and wait for death? I might save here just in case we... Right? What if we get something that I'm not, You know, like if I get the wrong one, and if I go repeat, well, I don't think I can repeat from this point. But if it comes to an end, we don't want it to come to an end, right? That's the thing. Is there any way we can just leave? The crush you just as easy as me?
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to hear it happen.
Yeah, she just wants us to die at this stage. But how could she get... She again, once again, it's that thing where, like, they're trapped, but they're not really trapped. The chain isn't the thing that's trapping them.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me. See? This is exactly why you were tasked to slay her, and why you shouldn't have left her in the basement. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction.
We're getting that now for sure, aren't we?
The roots grow ever closer.
I think we probably have to let these roots just claim us.
We can see them.
Yeah, I'm gonna save here. I know that's like, you know, I'm not gonna feel bad about saving here. We're gonna save here. I don't know which one. This is right before the witch, so I might keep that one. Here. Yeah, and we'll wait for death.
You slump to the floor as the roots continue to expand into the cabin. Ugh, we're never gonna make something of ourselves with that attitude. At least she isn't gonna make something of herself either. At first it's almost gentle.
Gentle?
Your body being lifted delicately off the ground as the floor shifts beneath you. But the cradle of the growing roots starts to feel
I can't handle that.
Then
That claustrophobic
unbearably
feeling.
tight. Then that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict.
Oh, it sounds so horrible. Like, what a horrible way to die.
The sound
Go
of
and you can't
creaking
do anything
wood
about
is
it?
drowned out by the snaps and pops of your
Oh.
bones. Pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living cabin.
That's disgusting.
The suffering is what you deserve, you hideous creature.
Hideous?
Know as you die that you are hated. I hate you.
Oh
and
my
I'm glad to
God.
die horribly if it means you die with me. I wouldn't have it any other way.
So that's cruelty, right? By the way, like that's like a hatred that knows no bounds. When someone's dying, you don't want them to feel like just pain. You want them to know that you died with someone hating you. You died
The
hated.
pressure is unfathomable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding with trapped blood.
Oh my god, that's actually terrifying.
And then
Oh my god, the blood.
you pop. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Will this lead to a different... The wild. So that...
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have
Wait.
no end.
What is this?
But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
Like they're trees, but they're faded, right? And there's not any like sky or texture in the background. It's just like the kind of like roots of the tree and like the lines that go through the tree without the actual 3 dimensions of like the physical form. It's like the details of a tree without the actual tree.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're
Wait.
on a path in the woods. Who's even saying
So she's
that?
saying we are a path in the woods this time?
That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
I just realized that the voice of a princess is or a woman's voice is talking to us before we even got to the cabin. I just realized that right now.
I think this is our third.
Oh my god. It just hit me.
That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be.
So every time we go to the third act, it changes everything considerably to the point that everything is like deformed and mangled.
Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
So many things.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to So it's like You're trying to understand things that can't be understood, dude.
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
He's trying to stare at something that is only supposed to be seen in passing, is what I'm getting for that. It's only supposed to be seen as like by chance. It's not something to be observed. It's something to be experienced quickly.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Why does he want to know? I don't mind where we are right now. It's rather nice. I can hear what everyone is thinking.
I wouldn't. I don't. I like. To me, it's like weirdly not as like weird as other places you've been to. Like it's unusual, but like again, I kind of understand what the paranoid is thinking here because it's better than being in front of our doom or demise. There's something very calming, at least being in like a place that there's no direct danger.
There's no reason to keep secrets.
And the opportunities here as well.
In the basement, but
and the
she
paranoid
made the
together.
cabin come to life, and it crushed both of us into a fine paste. And now we're here, existing.
So we're just existing.
And for what it's worth, I'm with him. This is nice.
So they're also seeing it as nice. For me, I don't see it as nice. It's just that it's just better than like suffering. You know what I mean?
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
Is it so small because it happened so quickly?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
So we're stuck. Wait, that's how we can hear the princess's voice, because we are like... Did we form together with her as well when we got crushed together?
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
So she's saying it's not that we're just like mushed together. We are just one entity now. We're not like anything that can be separated. The thing watching us, what is he?
I'm not watching you. I'm trying to.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get answers here. I know what you are, but I'm trying to get answers out to see what she says.
Not an answer to our question.
Exactly.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
So he wants us to separate.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
It's so interesting, Will, having the princess like be a part of us now, because now it feels like it's us. It's truly us, the princess, and the voices against the narrator. It doesn't already feel like the narrator is like once again on the outside, and like just like the other third act, it feels like they're not useless, but they are like they're like the person on the outside shouting into our group.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't
But we're
be charmed
one.
by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together.
But it feels like we're one. It feels that way.
She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Let's go.
We push back.
Yeah? I'm up for
It
it.
may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart.
That's
by
true.
now.
He does have limited
There
power.
must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
That's so true. It's like we've seen so many times that he does have limited power when it comes to these situations. He even got taken over by it when there was too many voices.
She's trying to use
Probably.
you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Turn inward and find your freedom. It's fading. The details are fading.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
Again, once again, we don't know, like this is different. Like, we don't know what we are, but it's like, can we fathom the idea of like what we are? We don't even know what we are anymore. After being smushed together and becoming one with the princess.
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere at once, just in the right place at the right time.
Opportunist, that's the best thing you've ever said.
You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
So he's saying this feeling that you have, this vision that you have of being full, it's not gonna last. At some point it's gonna end. And you're gonna wish that you killed her.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be. You just need to find it. The expansion of the roots as well, and the branches.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end.
He seems so upset by this as well, right? He's disappointed. It sounds like disappointment.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. Just if that were true.
This is what I love about this game, how many different voices like change your opinion on what could be happening, you know?
That's right. I know a loser when I see
Whew.
one. Call his bluff.
Always.
I can hold us together for a little while longer. So long as you trust me.
I trust you. Let's find the way out.
You
and again,
won't
it's
find anything if I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the
my
princess
world,
at bay.
the world
I'll
he's in
do
right now.
it.
There's something. You do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles and cracks under the pressure of your consciousness, flattening against it. So our consciousness is represented by almost like, it looks like tree branches, but it's almost like brain, like what do you call those things that go through the vein? They're like veins, but they're not. I don't know what they're called.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage. Let's go. I'm so interested to see where this is gonna go.
Stop!
Look at that. But his pleased disappear at the sound of breaking glass for a moment. You and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world and place you in the place you need to be.
We found it. I knew it. I knew there was something he was keeping from us. Is that really all it took?
Is this similar to the stuff we saw before at the end of the game last time?
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
All this time, possibly.
It's beautiful.
No, see, it's closing in. See, I think we're not going to get to see it until, because again, this is the last one we need. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
I so desperately want to know about this princess. So badly. So desperately. Wait, so there wasn't any hands coming to take anything?
Where did she go? And is that a...
We're going to approach the mirror, buddy. This is so interesting to me now. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't
It is final for you. Let's go. What do we look like? Oh, you are nothing at all. But everything's something, and there he is again. You can't be nothing. You refocus gaze and you see it, a figure, a faint veiled shadow just beyond the reflection, just like last time. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
There's the narrator, the one who created us, right? A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image on glass in two. Then another crack forms another and another, turning the mirror into a jagged shards of broken glass. And this is this space again, which is terrifying. So you're an narrator. I was wondering if I ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
And again, this voice is just an echo in our head. You said something like that before. Has their narrator ever has every narrator been really different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design.
Which shows that they weren't necessarily lying when they said, you've never been here before, because they're like, dude, like, I haven't been here before.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
So every time we died, our consciousness, along with the princess's consciousness, has been basically put into a different space. A different world. Do you have anything to say at all for your hubris? For all, yeah. So after everything you've done, do you think anyone deserves to live? So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I ever get to see you. I have many questions for you. Does it hurt when those pieces break off like that? I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. I will help. No. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
For your hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
And let's go down all the way down here. Destroy the mirror. We didn't do that last time, right? Can we save just to see if like that maybe that's a bad ending or something? Do you think we can save? And try and destroy the mirror? Because we asked a lot of these questions last time. What happens if we do this? You've heard enough. Oh, just you heard enough. Okay. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. That's actually really cool. You can just shut him up right away. Proceed to the cabin one last time. And we're going to see her again, right? You arrive at the heart of things. There's no final vest for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find? Wait, did this happen last time? It's been a month. I think it did. I think I have a vivid memory of that. Yes. Yeah, I have a vivid memory of that happening.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been
Such an amazing drawing.
long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
And while last time we chose to go with her, I think this time we're going to try and choose something different. I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I am.
It's just an attempt to understand us, right? What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Can I say as well, like, this is one of the most incredible images in a video game ever. And, like, if I ever made, like, I know it's such a weird countdown, like, top 10 most, like, awe-inspiring images in video games, like scenes in video games, I feel like this would be in the top 20 easily, right? Like, just looking at this, like, it feels like it's like, this game feels like it's in another world, right? Did you guys get that when you played this too?
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
See, we chose liberation last time, and I love that ending. And you can see that if you're watching this to see a different end, to see me get that ending, in the description below there is a playthrough where I got the liberation ending. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is all falling on me? Let's talk this one through. I still have so many questions I need answered before we can make a choice. If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. If you were always going to become this, then what is the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter? What roads I walked, if all of them have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
We cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. So this is what we were talking about earlier. It's like the idea of like again, remember, I know it's a different entity. Remember we were in the woods and she was even saying something similar where it's like, your eyes aren't meant to see this. You aren't meant to stare at this. This isn't something you're supposed to understand. It's something that's supposed to be experienced almost.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well.
Oh.
If this is what it takes to
We're gonna get to see all the different
then so be it.
princesses. This is the first
A web
one.
of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to.
So this was the beginning and where we found it first. Again, describing as a, or is this the woods? This is the woods. It's going reverse order. So this is what they call it, is basically a web of nerves. That's what it was. It was nerves. That's what I was trying to get at. And like everyone found it to be beautiful. All our characters were like, this is stunning. In the end, we were like, oh my god, it's amazing.
Where did you end and I began? When you felt what it was.
We were
to be
so
me,
connected,
we
yeah.
held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Address the veil statements directly. You speak about life and death. Actually, like, no, what I want to do is here, I'm going to remain silent because I want to just keep her talking about this stuff.
But you say.
Yeah, I do. That's my choice here. I just want to hear everything. I want to hear all these. It's just the heart.
Boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
So what's crazy about this is that it's basically like the line of conversation we're having here is like, it's like, you are nothing, but you are like a lot of things. What are you? And like, where do you, look, in the last one was like, where do I start and where do you end? We didn't know. And this time it's like, well, like, what are you if like I've cut you with blades multiple times? You were a body, then you're pieces. You're gory ribbons, then you're a body again. What are you? Like, you can't be nothing if you're all this as well. You can't just be nothing.
On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead.
Very quiet.
Dead, alive, dead, then alive, dead.
Yeah, it's like we were so many things in once. Like, how can we be truly like just nothing if we were able to live and die that many times?
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Address the statements directly. Let's try some of these. After everything you put me through, it felt good to watch you fall apart. Even the journey was agony. The end gave the struggle meaning. We could try this.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I
And
could
for us, it
still
wasn't an
climb.
ending each time too. What's next? Oh my god, such a cool design.
To protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known.
So is this what they're saying here, is that like the fear aspect of ourselves like also like is an added part of our perspective? Again, like they're saying fear ruin protects from losing status. The fear of rejection protects from being known. Fear also protects us from loss. Fear saves us. But fear protects us from being known as well, so to accept this nightmare was the opposite of that? Is that what they're saying? She's so scared, but so cool.
Contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being precious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again.
And again, I wonder if this relates to the idea of like every single one we've had so far. The idea that we were just this group of nerves that we didn't know where we began and the princess ended. We were cut to ribbons and we were like known, we were destroyed, we were known again, we were destroyed, we were known again. And here it is again, and it is the nature of all things to transform. We were constantly transforming.
But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you?
Interesting. So, if it strips away the finality, it means what remains of fear. It is a so if there's no, why are we afraid if we can come back to life? At that point, it's just, is it protecting you from the outside world, or is it protecting everyone else from us and the things around us from us?
You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
Yeah, we walked with you. We have a lack of fear by working with fear. I'm not afraid anymore.
Then you were one step closer to being free.
I hope these. Okay, we should make more like counter choices, but I'm just enjoying hearing about all this. Then there was the specter.
Unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free.
So we know this was a longing. Was it the other one that was a longing soul? But like it sounds like they're saying here, like, you know, you felt such pain from killing us that you were willing to sacrifice everything just to get us free.
Without sin, there is no redemption.
Again, the idea of change. How can you change? You know, to change or to get better, you had to have something that was worse, that was bad. If I had known you were who you were, I would never have freed you. Without redemption, there can be no sin. That's an interesting answer.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all.
There you go again. Without shadow, there can't be light. You know, if everything is wet, is anything truly? Nothing can be dry. That's a bad one, but you know what I mean. And the clash between you abates. You begin to shake your will, rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what
Oh my
we
god, I
are.
want to.
We can leave this prison together.
Like legitimately, my favorite ending of one of my favorite endings of a game ever was that. It's easy to believe in things when you believe in things you believe in when you sit all above. What happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to leave, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I had to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. Let's go. This is the choice you want to pick.
Even now you think
Oh my
you can
God.
destroy me. If it
But I
took
love you.
all of
I do.
eternity to break your delusion, I will still break it.
You don't have to face her alone.
What? They're coming in to help us? Explore, which hero are you? You know what? I know I'm gonna go full on like movie here and say you've no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here.
That's so freaking cool.
You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here.
The hero was with us in this final moments. Like I know, like we didn't care about the hero as much as we cared about the princess, but it's still a very cool moment, isn't it?
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
This is actually like a cool ending as well. Like it's a more like action, not an action ending, but it's like traditional ending in a way. Not traditional because there's nothing traditional about it, but like it's more traditional in the idea of taking the hand of this entity and like, you know, which was a beautiful ending. Which I think the other ending is definitely like beautiful, but
It's time to resume our dance.
oh god.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Somewhat. I'm ready.
Then let's go.
We're doing it with the hero. What? Everything's gone. Again. Everything's devoid. Oh no, it's... The texture's getting added, but there's no hill.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all
Huh?
started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Do you need me to describe things? That'd
I'm
be
gonna
nice.
cry.
A little comfort in an almost
And the
unfamiliar
contrarians here
place.
too. Look at... Oh, wait, the mound is outside. Look at it. Look, all the girls. But they're not, like, fully detailed.
Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
This is amazing. I'd like that description now, if you don't mind, for old time's sake.
Yeah.
So
of course.
good.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really
This
a
is
cabin,
so
is it?
good.
It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to
Oh
the
my
basement.
god,
a
this is
table,
actually
that
very...
knife,
It's, like, sweet in a way.
windows.
Like, he's describing in a way that's, like, very relatable to the player as well. It's no longer the narrator.
You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there.
Yeah, I love the hero taking the lead on this. It's just, it's so interesting to me. And how, like, being without the narrator feels almost like we're on our own path now. And, like, it doesn't feel like we're alone. I feel more together with these voices than I ever have, in a weird way.
It's gone, though. I think it did whatever it needed to do.
Okay.
And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're going to need
Oh
that
my
blade.
god, this is so well written. Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever
Is there
it
any-
was
is there any
that
music?
was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
But do you get that as well? It feels like we're, like, connected to these voices
Really
more
goes
than
to
any
show how
more than
much
ever. It
you've
feels like
grown
we're like
up.
friends
Killing
almost.
somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
Good riddance.
Good riddance. Really? I'm
I
gonna
bet
miss
you
the
are a
guy.
contrarian.
I'm surprised considering you've decided to go through with the whole slaying thing he was pushing for since the beginning. I guess you can like the idea and
Well,
hate
like,
the
my
man.
personal feelings, I'm just, again, I think you guys would have been disappointed. I would have been disappointed too if I went to, I'm going against my personal feelings. I would love, the ending I love is going off with the princess and we become like this one thing together. This is the ending though that is, this is really well written so far, but I wanted to see another ending. Of course I did. Take the blade. Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there,
Oh.
jumbled up.
So this is
in
the
the
only
rest
ones who
of-
survived.
And I've been here since you left me here. No.
Oh,
hard
right, you just
feelings.
always
I'm
been
just
there?
glad you're back to see this.
That's
through.
interesting.
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right? So you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious.
He's like, I don't want to mess with myself, to be honest.
Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know.
Throw the blade out the window. No, we're going with them again. We're trying to go with the exact opposite this time around, just because I definitely want to see what happens.
Those winding
This
stairs
one.
again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
That's so interesting. We have the hero reminiscing with us as well.
Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. Let's talk one last time before you kill us, if that's still what you want to do.
She doesn't sound messy
Yeah, but it's like
anymore,
one
though.
singular voice
At
almost.
least
Just
somebody here feels put together.
yeah. I'm so interested to see this now.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep our waiting.
This is so well written. Like it's again like not the choice I would have gone with, but it's still so well written.
That was easy compared
just
to
sitting
last
there.
time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Even after everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you.
Unless you have your own.
Will I get a
reasons for
different
wanting
ending
us dead.
if I decide to go with my true feelings here and don't kill her? Should we save and see? When we get... Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. If it's the same ending as last time, where's this one here? Because this is where we started last time. I'm sorry, but that's too beautiful, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did.
It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But
This
we
is such a-
weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful.
Isn't it just interesting that without any of the music, without the narrator, sitting down with the princess right across from us, there's something so beautiful about it.
That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means
You appreciate
a lot.
that, do you, Contrarian? I don't think I want to be a god. That's such an interesting point as well.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
But that's what you've always been. Even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are. And neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it.
Are you the same as you are out there? I don't want to hurt you. There has to be another way out of this.
We don't think there's a way for us to leave. But maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. The way it all works seems to be based on you. If you believe we can do something, then we
Okay.
can do it. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can fix the Echo's construct and make us all forget. Believe we can send us all back to the beginning, before anyone woke up,
Wait.
before the truth consumed
So
us.
so we can just continually go through this journey again and again. I'm not sure if that sounds
Can
pleasant.
they really do that? Are you sure that's what you want? Why wouldn't it be what we want? Especially if it brings him back. We can't keep going
The
without
Contrarian just wants someone to
nemesis.
fight. This is so interesting to me. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist and they don't continue to suffer, I don't want to forget you.
We don't want to forget you either, but that's what we would have to do.
A single tear forms in one eye and slides down their cheek. Sorry, couldn't
No,
help
I'm
myself.
glad you're doing it. It's actually much nicer hearing it from you now, even though the narrator has an amazing voice.
We don't think we ever really forget, anyway. There's always something that draws us back together. Some buried memory that both of us treasure.
Mhm. This is so beautiful. Like it's so beautiful. We're really gonna find ourselves back here eventually. If we're here talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before? This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Oh my god, that's so heartbreaking, but we have to say it.
You'll be back here again, sooner than you think. And then we'll part ways again, and find each other, and part ways, and find each other. It's like we're never really
It's like
alone.
reforming and dying, reforming and dying.
Because even the time we spend apart is time spent chasing these moments of reunion. And they're all the sweeter for the isolation in between. Don't you think?
That's beautiful.
It's a stunning like expression, right? Like this like what's so stunning about this to me is that like I have this feeling in my heart right now that like I shouldn't have, right? Because I thought the only avenue here would have been killing her. And now here I am once again talking to this character who like I actually like adore as like not as like a person or something who I like would be my friend, but as a character. Like right, like I think that's just such an incredible person to talk to, an entity to talk to. That obviously we don't want to leave that, but I think the dialogue here is so beautiful, even if it is a little bit effed up.
You've really grown our hearts, haven't you?
Would resetting do anything? Is there any other way? I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Okay, then let's do is agree to her plan. Let's try it out.
Okay. If this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll
I
see you on
have
the other
no
side.
idea where this is going to end up.
Speak for yourself. Maybe I'll see you too. Maybe I won't. They take the blade from our hand and stare fondly into our eyes.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say it. I love you.
We love you
Oh
too.
my god.
Everything's
Like,
going
I
to be
understand how
okay.
effed up this is. I hope it doesn't make it sound I'm like I'm just like so like institutionalized into this thing where I'm like, oh my god, this is like amazing. I know how effed up this is. I know how effed up this journey is. But like, I feel like once you're in this game, instead of like feeling like you're always on the outside, it's almost like there's this beautiful, messy, terrifying, effed up aspect to all this. That it's like, it's unique to this game that no other game can ever make me like actually say I love you to an entity that has been killing us and we've been killing her for this whole time, you know? It's a beautiful sentiment. Did it actually reset the whole game?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you...
Is this actually the end? Oh, it is! Oh my god! Wow! I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. That is amazing. I thought I was going in to kill her, and we ended up with a story that like was even like more interesting than I even thought it would be. We ended up in this idea of us as characters have grown so attached to this entity and this whole journey we've been on that like in a very effed up way we're like, let's just go back and do it again. I don't want to be alone. I don't like the feeling of being alone. That is so, it's such a, like, it's so weird, like I said, because in this game, if this is any other game, they wouldn't be able to, I feel like that the writing is so specific in this game and the way that the game is written and drawn and all this stuff that it couldn't work in any other game. Any other game, I would be looking at the, like, if there was a face camera, looking at the camera and saying, this is effed up, I'm destroying this thing, F it. But it makes you want to explore these other avenues. It makes you want to explore the love story of this. That's what's so interesting about this game. The fact that our ending ended up with this thing where, like, we gave up being a god, or the knowledge of being a god, just so we could go back and do all of this again with someone who's been trying to kill us and we've been trying to kill them. Insane. This is just a great experience. We're going to be playing something different, obviously, tomorrow. But I'm very, very happy that we got to play this again. And like, if we return to it down the line, we could probably get the other. But I think we got a lot of them now. But I think there's still some missing as well. Wednesday as a snake is such a great name for a snake. Such a superb, and that's the song list. Very cool. And there we go again. So now if you go to the memories, that there's still other vessels we haven't seen. So we've seen the Tower, the Spectre, the Nightmare, the Razor, the Beast, the Witch. Were those hands always there? The Stranger, the Prisoner, the Damsel, and the Wild. And we've also seen the End of Everything and the Hero and the Princess, which we always see as well, and the spaces between. We still have so many witches we have, or sorry, princesses we still haven't gotten. That's crazy. Still now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, I'm guessing these are all Act 3 or Act 4 entities, right? Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe. But this was all so interesting to me, this ending, because I think what this ending is, it's not giving up. It's more just like the acceptance of that this world is better, that being, and I don't agree with this, but what this ending is, it's like our character is accepting that rather than being alone, and rather than being without the princess and without these narrators, because he's grown attached to all this stuff, instead of ending everything and slaying the princess, instead of going off and becoming a god and then having to like deal with the vast unknown, which is still my favorite ending so far, we have this thing where it's like, let's just restart and do it all over again, and we'll never ever have to worry about like me being a god or me knowing what you are. It's almost like it feels better that we don't know what each other are and we're just in this constant dance with each other. And I said this last time, I called, oh, it's also the heart as well. Okay. I was like, at least we're connected, right? That's what I was saying. The ending of I called the video, at least we're connected. And I think that's such a interesting way of looking at it. Not my way of looking at it, I'm saying the interesting perspective the game gave me. I'm not trying to be like, I'm so interesting. I mean, like, the game giving us, like, these options is so interesting is what I'm trying to say. Once again, this is a great game. I don't think we're done with this yet. We'll probably come back to it at some point as well. I love doing like 3 episodes here or there. It really does break up a lot of other stuff as well. Because I love the idea of having games like this as well that just don't, preferences. It's a beautiful game. It's a stunning game. You guys know my feelings on as well. This path we took, and I guess we can look at the memories here as well. We started with The Stranger, which was like incredibly scary, mind-bending. Then we went on, I don't know what exact order we had. We had the Spectre, The Remains of Violence Free from Hesitation. Then we had the Nightmare, the fears that were locked. So it's our fears. So this is so this is a representation of a peek behind the curtain. So a peek behind what this world is. We saw it too early. Then we had this, which was what violence is that's free from hesitation. So this is basically like, she represents the fact that we killed her right away. That's the violence free from hesitation. The Nightmare. This is the fear that's locked away in the basement of our mind. So the perspective that gave us, or vice versa, that we gave them, is that this was our fear. And we walked hand in hand with that fear and walked away with that fear. Then we had the Razor, to look too closely as we draw the lines. So it's like almost we kept getting destroyed and rebuilt, destroyed and rebuilt, destroyed and rebuilt, and I guess we looked too closely. We had too much of a look at what this is. And if you look at something for too long, it starts to like, it's almost when you say a word over and over again, it starts to change its meaning. And then the Wild. This is our bodies fuse. Where does one thing begin and another end? So we didn't even know who was what or which was what at that point as well. This is amazing. This is such an amazing game, such an amazing, well-drawn, beautiful artwork, amazing story. I think the crux of our first playthrough was not only falling in love with this mound. It was not only becoming a god. It was also like a way of like ascending to something that is like eternal, right? Something that we can have for eternal. This love that is eternal. And the second playthrough we did also feels kind of eternal as well, where it's eternal in a different way, where we're going to repeat the same thing over and over and over again, which is terrifying, but I do think it's a well-written ending, right? I still prefer the first ending. The first ending is the one of the best endings I've seen, in a game. Like, it's so good. Versus this second ending, which is really well-written, but it didn't hit my heart as much. It just hit my brain as much. And I was like, oh, that's so crazy. I think that's the way I would describe it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this series. Tomorrow we're going to be playing some Sonic Adventure, my first ever Sonic game, and I'm very, very happy to be playing that tomorrow. We got the Lantern Rite coming up this week if you're into that stuff as well. And I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate you coming along for this journey also. If I had to rank my favorite of these princesses just from the top row or whatever, top 5 maybe, my favorite is, in terms of design, we'll do the Nightmare, Spectre, Tower is pretty cool then. Let's see. The Damsel was pretty adorable. This was also amazing too. Yeah, they're all there, but that's my favorite. My favorite is definitely the Nightmare and the Spectre. I think they look so freaking cool. And with that, guys, I'll say thank you to the Never Can Repay Baby Gangsta tier on Patreon. That being Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull. Why am I saying that voice? Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, Jared Beanham, Ruben Meja, Eopsy, True Peanut Butter, Alpaca Juice, Peter Shelson, and brand new patron who I got the name wrong of in a previous video, and now I gotta say it twice in this video. That's the whole point. That's the rules. If I get it wrong, I say it twice nowadays. And it's SR Fiji. And that's the way we look at it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.